Fabled British marques, Aston Martin and Jaguar have been rivals on the racetrack and the road for decades. Today, they shoot it out on NiceDrivz. I'm Bouchard, and I might be tempted to call this segment Separated After Their Birth, because Ford Motor Company used to own both Aston Martin and Jaguar. Now the money behind Aston is from the Middle East, and Indians are the funds behind Jaguar. So the two are direct competitors. Let's see how they do. Let's start on the outside. This one's a no-brainer. Even though the Jaguar is good looking, it's a bit predictable and it's a bit derivative. And it is in no way the rolling sculpture that is the V8 Vantage. First blood goes to the Aston Martin. How about inside? The Jaguar is in no way a bad place to spend time. Beautiful leather, all the bells and whistles you could ever want, and supportive, comfortable seats. But it doesn't hold a candle to the Aston Martin. Handmade is, after all, handmade. And the Vantage's interior is much more daring, and it's full of exquisite details, like the aluminum instrument cluster. It's beautiful, and it really is quite dramatic and makes you feel like you're driving something incredibly special. Round two goes to the Aston. So let's take them on the road and see if the cat from Coventry can claw back any of the Aston's advantage. So the two cars' powertrains started out joined at the hip, both based on the AJ Series Jaguar engine. 3 years later, Aston has upgraded this engine to 4.7 liters and added a host of little minute changes that have bolstered the power and the torque curve. The output's now 420 horsepower, the same as the Jaguar, but it's down 67 pound-feet of torque, which makes a big difference in a sports car. The Jaguar definitely will walk it in acceleration. The Vantage offers two transmission options to the Jaguar's one. You've got a true manual, which has got a weighty gear shift, great clutch, it's a thrill to drive. And then you've got this Sport Shift automated manual. It's a lot better than it was when it came out, but it's still a little abrupt, and it still is not that nice when you're using it in an around town setting. So even though the Jaguar only has one transmission offering, it's simply the world's best torque converter automatic, and it's all this car needs. It rips off 100 millisecond up and down shifts, so the transmission winner is the XKR. Now let's talk about the chassis. They're both based on aluminum monocoques, or as the Brits might call it, aluminium. And they're both incredibly rigid for open-top sports cars. The Jaguar's got a much more comfortable ride. It's quite sublime and is a match for a lot of luxury cars. Despite that, it's got amazing handling prowess. The steering feel is excellent, the chassis composure is first-rate. It's a better all-around vehicle in that you can use it in town or out in the twisties, and in either area, it excels. It's all tied up. Decision time. In the Jaguar's favor, in many ways the XKR drives better, and it only costs 2/3 as much as the Aston. But it's time, and it's gotta be the V8 Vantage. There's the allure of that name, Aston Martin. There's the bespoke quality of its construction, and there's the sheer, unadulterated beauty of the thing. And if you ask which one I want parked in my driveway, this is it. Thanks for joining us on NiceDrivz.